Hey guys, how are you? It's Nostalgia here. What I would like to do with you today is to review this vintage Lego set from the Space Team Blacktron 2 from the early 90s. This one in particular is set number 6933. This is a great set. It's one of the biggest one that you could get out of the team in those days. And it looks great in my opinion, and it has a bunch of very interesting features that make this set, give this set a great playability. The one that you see here in front of me is not part of my childhood collection, as I didn't have the chance to get this one when I was a kid, but I got this off eBay about one and a half years ago when I decided to get into collecting Lego sets. So here we go, let's get straight into the set itself. It looks great, as I say. It looks great to me. It has a great personality, very good design. You can split this whole bit in about 3 sections. A very first one where there is this big cockpit here at a lower level compared to the rest of the build. This second cabin section here, that is right in the middle of the whole wheeled base, and then there is this little third section where there's not really much to it, very flat. There's just this very flat piece with this joystick for the minifig in order to drive the whole thing around. Very nice use of these antennas that I can't really keep in frame because they are too tall. That gives it a very nice dynamic touch. This build, of the features of this build mainly consist in a lot of parts attaching in various ways. So let's go through it, and this the very first one that we're gonna go look at is this very front one. As you can see, just pull in with enough strength. You can take this whole first section out, and also the fact that you can do it is suggested by this little tile with an arrow printed on it. And once you take the cabin section off, what you realize is that this whole first front is turns out to be a whole little spaceship in the classic Blacktron 2 design. There's not much into this spaceship. It's very cute, very little one made with a few pieces. That's just this whole cockpit section that you can open up in order to be able to reach the minifig with this little joystick. And then the second part is just made out of very basic pieces. There's just this radar on top and these couple of wings on the back. Here we have the rest of the body, and another feature of the set is another part that can be disattached of it, and in this case it's this second middle section that you see here. This little section looks very good to me. I really like its design with these translucent pieces on the sides, and these motors or I don't know, rocket pieces on the back of it, and the antennas, these very tall long antennas that give it a very interesting look. This part is the concept behind this part is that this is the freight section, or the section used to carry goods around, and the way you access to inner part of it is that you lift this rooftop this way, and you know that the indication about the fact that you can do it is given by another arrow with, sorry, another tile with the arrow printed on it. And then you take the back section and push it down. What happens at this point is that the whole build is open, and in order to give it a chance to reach this box that is here in the inner part of the build, that is supposed to be used to hold goods and stuff that Blacktron minifigs were supposed to steal, as this Blacktron, the Blacktron team was supposed to be the evil one back in those days, was supposed to be made of thieves that were stealing goods of the M-Tron, of the minifigs that were part of the M-Tron team. Very interesting section indeed in that then, and what is very good is that you can take these first two sections that I just went through, put them together, and then put together a whole spaceship with a front section, a front cockpit section, and a whole cargo section to carry goods. This is a very nice spaceship, I think. It looks great, very nice shape design, and I really think they did a good job back in those days putting this together. So let's put this on the side and let's go through the last section that's left, which is this big wheeled base that holds, that sustains the whole rest of the build once everything is touched properly. There's not much into this section left. It's literally a very flat base with these with 6 of these very big wheels. There's just 2 considerations to do about this part of the build. The very first one is this one on the back, that is the one that allows you to control the steering wheel of the build. So it's very simple. The whole thing is made very simple. There's just a technique, very simple but very clever, I will say in any case. Just a technique castle with a couple of technic racks here in a gear that is all attached to this last piece here that comes out at the end, very end of the build. And once you turn this whole thing around, allows the whole section where these last 2 wheels are connected to rotate. Very interesting, very clever, even if very easy build. Another thing I wanted to point out is this very flat section that I really don't like. I really think that something could have been done to improve all the space that is given by this very last section. For example, what I think could be done is that there could have been a rover or something that could have been kept here, and through the use of a very basic ramp somehow could have been carried around and just deployed on the ground when needed. So yeah, just what I wanted to say is just that this very flat last section leaves open the possibility to some random customizations in order to just make this little last part a bit more exciting and give it a bit more personality. Okay, So I think pretty much that's it, guys, for this set. I think it's great. I really like it. Didn't have the chance to have it as a kid, so I didn't have the chance to play with it. But now, now that I have it as an adult in my collection, I like to appreciate looking at it, put it on my shelf, look at it when I pass by it, and appreciate all the interesting functions that this build is made of. Okay, so thank you very much, guys. Feel free to write down some comments in the comment section what your impressions about this set are. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay updated for more videos, reviews and projects Lego related. Okay, so thank you very much and I'll see you later.